Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can create your own type of language in Minecraft. So I've set up an array of no blocks with I think all the sounds possible with no blocks. As you can see, it changes sounds. So let's start with step one. Step one is going to be what kind of sounds are you going to use? Now if you're going to create a language that you want to speak with friends and stuff, I'd recommend just creating a language that you know, but this is in Minecraft, of course. So we're going to use sounds that are in Minecraft, preferably with the no block, because not many other things make noise that are practical. So you're going to want to choose, you could use all of these, but I would recommend using only a few, because if you were to use all of them, there would be much more sounds to memorize and things like that. So for me, I guess I'll go with stone, gold, and bone block and wool. So how you would start with this is have you memorize the sounds that each one makes. So you just memorize what sound it would make. So either you create different combinations of sounds to make different words, or you can make it a vocabulary with multiple, but make it much more expansive. Like say I had or let's just do it with 4. We use wool, and bone means, I don't know, hello or something like that. And you could also be able to create it into a written language. So say, for example, the bone block had a coordination of B in the real world, so you can speak it like in real. But if you just wanna if you could troll your friends and make different combinations and speak randomly with this. But to create you could do this, and to technically write it, you could use a book and quill and sign it and transport it, and only a few people would know it. But I think it's more fun using these sounds. Now, step 2 is you're going to want to start building your vocabulary. Now, the thing with building vocabulary is that it's very confusing and difficult. So let's just change the blocks we have here. Emerald, hay bale, and clear. Let's go with emerald, hay bale, glowstone, and iron. Very convenient. So, emerald. There you go. Now, let's go with a few more, just so we can get a type of vocabulary going. So packed ice and wool and no blocks. Now the problem with this is that it's very confusing. So I'll skip ahead and cut to when I've already created much of it already. Now, here we are. Now, as you can see, I've made this board filled with different letter combinations. Now, if you really want to go all out, I recommend going just with this, if you actually want to speak this, because it'll be much more confusing to have no blocks everywhere to combinate this. So, but if you just want to make this kind of temporary and be able to make secret no block combinations when your friends are around and only a few people understand it, then I recommend going with an all no block. But I recommend doing what Chinese did and creating a sort of pinyin. Now, if you don't know what pinyin is, it's Chinese characters are made in a form where the way it's written has no correlation to how it sounds. So you can't really guess what it means. But with this, the sounds has nothing to do with how it's written. So I recommend following what I did, and how I said earlier, is putting letters. So you can translate it into real text. So here I did EBBC, which would be EBBC, which would be hello. So what you can do is write it down and then just continue it on like this to create books that only a few people understand if they have the code for it. Now I've made vocabulary, hello, goodbye, no, yes, please don't, and all the letters for it. Now, the beauty of this is how you can create virtually any word with all the number of sounds that there are. And I recommend, if you want to keep it readable and understandable, use only a few sounds if you're going for the all sound approach, because if you have too many sounds, like in Chinese, there are so many tones, which is why it's very hard to learn as an English speaker. Because there are so many tones or so many sounds, you won't be able to understand it as much. So I recommend going with 3 to 5, maybe 6 if you really think you can handle it. So you can be able to write it down, talk to your friends and stuff. But if you want to go for sound, just be a little more cautious with what sounds you choose, because some are more similar than others. Go for ones that are really different and have lots of are really different from other sounds, because if you use too similar, people will get them mixed up and won't really understand them. Now on to the final part, grammar. Now, for this, grammar won't be as confusing. Say, for example, to end a sentence, make it a sound. Like, instead of A, instead of A, that would be end of sentence. So just make this end of sentence. End of sentence. There we go. End of sentence. So then you can make the words now EBBC, and then that to end the word or sentence, depending on what you want. To put spaces, because some people might be confused, because if we have the same, okay, instead of end of sentence, let's go with end of word. End of word. Because that will make it much easier to differentiate and be able to expand your vocabulary more, because I could go E, B, B, C, and then F, maybe. And with the F, it may be more confusing, because people won't know if I'm going on to the next word or not. So I can go E, B, B, C, and then press end of word, and then do to figure out whatever I really want it to be. Whatever word E, B, B, C, F means, or whatever means. So, yeah. Now, this is really just a draft. I really can't wait to see what you guys have in store and see what you guys can do with this. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other ways of creating language in Minecraft. I know there are many ways, but this is just one of the unique ways that I found out how to create a language. Show me what you guys made in the comments below. Anyway, see ya. Bye.